The meeting has been delayed a few minutes. We're waiting on one more member. Thank you.
I call to order the meeting of McLendon-Chisholm Board of Adjustments on Wednesday, November 13th at 7:12. If you will please bow your heads. God of peace, we invite you to preside over this meeting. Even if we have different opinions, give us unity and spirit. Help us to each listen politely as others share their points of view. Help us to work as a unified team in combining ideas for a great outcome. Help us to work as a whole rather than as individuals trying to promote our own agenda. May we have a spirit of camaraderie in this room and work together on our shared mission. Amen. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. God bless Texas. For the Kippets. Okay, rules of decorum are in place. I will ask, like I did in the invocation, for each to be kind to each other. Angela, do we have any citizens' comments? Okay. And we will, at 7:13, open the public hearing. Public hearing to receive public comment regarding an application requesting one variance request to the City of McLendon-Chisholm regulations on property located at Chisholm Crossing, Phase 4B, Block C, Lot 28, known as 616 Stampede Run, McLendon-Chisholm, Texas, 75032. Regulation requires a minimum of 25 feet for side yard setbacks. The owner is requesting a reduction from 25 feet to 10 feet for the construction of a single detached garage. So at this time, anyone in the audience that would like to speak for or against this request is welcome to go to the podium. Sir, we need you to go to the podium and turn the microphone on, please.
Hello?
Thank you.
We'll step back. Is that good? All right. The lot, the reason I'm asking for the setback is that I have a swimming pool in the backyard, and if I go 25 feet over, the building is 30 by 24 foot wide, so that would put me, and with the patio, 10 foot wide, it would put me in my swimming pool. Also, there's a gas line that runs alongside the back of the house, and it crosses over and would be under the, it goes to the fire bowls in the swimming pool, and it would go under the house, the garage. If I go farther out, 25 feet, I have my sewer system, which sprinklers and things are out in the backyard. Plus, there's a gas line back there that runs through the, there's a big gas line in between my neighbor and me, which has a setback of 25 feet or so. So, basically, the only place I got is to put it where I'm requesting it. And my neighbors, they don't have a problem with it. It'll meet all the specifications for the homeowners association, and that's basically what I'm asking for here. And it offsets everything from the house, but it will, like I said, the patio will be, I would step off the patio into my swimming pool basically, and there's a decking on the pool, and then there's another decking outside that. So I'm pretty well stuck with that particular location to put a garage.
Could we get you to please state your name?
My name is Charles Annis, A-N-N-I-S.
Thank you.
Got to be careful there.
Okay. If that's all, we can go ahead and be seated, and
Okay.
we'll close the public hearing. So with no other comments, we will close the public hearing at 7:16 and go back to our regular meeting. We will go to item 6.1. Consideration and action for Charles Annis. The application is requesting approval of a variance to build a detached garage 10 feet from the property line due to an existing pool and encroachment issues in relation to the structure. The property is located at 616 Stampede Road, McLendon-Chisholm, Texas, 75032. Asa, we will turn this over to you.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Committee members. So the applicant is requesting the approval of the reduction in the required side yard setback from 25 feet to 10 feet for the detached garage. Based on this survey and then kind of some of the things that are going on in the backyard with the gas line, the pool, and then the decking, my recommendation would be approval from staff, but I would love to hear your thoughts. And with that, that concludes my staff report.
Okay, so I have a question. When you talk about decking, are you talking about the pool decking, or is there going to be additional decking around the detached garage?
Just the pool decking.
Okay, so on the survey that we have showing the green block, which I assume is the building,
Yes.
where in relationship to that is the pool?
The pool is, Mr. Ennis, if you want to. Yeah, not a problem. If you could just step up to the mic and then you can answer that question about where the pool is in relation, because I don't want to be wrong.
And please turn the mic back on. Thank you.
If that's 10 foot off there, that's the garage right there.
So
Yeah.
where's the pool?
Pool straight across. I mean, if you-
How far?
So,
How far?
like directly out,
if
when
you
you
mark
look-
the
when you look at-
25 feet off from the fence, the pool will be 20 feet.
okay, so the way this survey looks, your house is 29.2 feet from the side.
Right, that's exactly right.
So, looking at your porch on the back of your house,
Right.
is the pool the width of the porch, or is it wider?
It's wider than the porch. And the
How
porch
much?
is 30 foot wide.
And how much wider is the pool with the deck?
Okay, with the deck, well, there's a deck, and then there's also another structure, a brick structure that goes another 4 feet from the decking. So I'm out, if you look at where the patio ends, and you go another 4 to 5 feet,
Both directions?
both directions, yeah. It's a much bigger than the patio, and the patio's 30 foot wide and underneath the patio, so. But I do have, I'd say on one side, there's probably 10 feet of travertine on one side, and there's 4 foot of travertine on the side toward and then another 4 foot of rock, and so that's where we're at.
Okay, so from your existing driveway, are you going to pour a concrete drive back to this green square, the new building?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are going to cover the gas line at that point?
No, I won't cover the gas. The gas line runs beside the house, right there at the corner of the house. It's right up against the house. It comes out to that corner, which is the corner, well, you see here, just that corner. Yeah.
Go ahead and approach us. Because the gas line that we have, it's here, and then it does this line across.
It comes here and comes on into the swimming pool to the bubbles. So it comes here, the gas line's right there.
So there is more of a gas line than shows on this
Yes,
drawing.
it comes in like this. So
To
if
get
I
to
move
the
this
pool.
anywhere over, it's gonna be into the gas line.
So are you going to cover all this in concrete?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are going to cover this gas line?
Because I don't need to do that. All I need to do is go into the gate, which is on that 12 foot gate, 6'6", 12
Okay.
foot gate. So this here will not be affected. I won't affect the gas line at all because I will not take the concrete to the house.
Okay, so the gas line it comes across right here to the corner of the house.
That's from where?
This
Where is that?
This yellow line right here. There's a yellow line that shows a gas line this whole
I
length.
think that's coming out of the alley, the offset here for the gas to come to the house, but the gas line is right here. I've already dug and seen it. I thought there was anyway, it comes right here, saying it wouldn't come way out here and then come way back over here to the swimming pool.
Well, because it looks
Talking
like
about this line.
this yellow line right here that is a gas line.
But it has to be redone then.
Cuts across the driveway.
Okay, so
Right.
if it comes there, though, but there's another section that comes off the gas meter and comes down and goes
And
under the
comes
ground.
this
and then
to
comes
get
up.
to the pool.
Yeah,
So
this
it
is just
basically
here and
comes
it
in this
yeah,
way.
Yeah, So if I move it over here, I'll be covering the gas line, and if I move it out here, I'll be into the sewer, and then 25 feet here, 25 feet here, so you're moving it. Of course, I could, you'd be pouring 3,000 square foot of concrete, then you get back here, but that's not the deal with it. So 10 foot here, I can fill it and come into the driveway here, alleviate the gas line, because it cuts to here, because the pole comes out to here.
Can you sketch that?
Roughly
right
to
there.
right here.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a patio cover in front of it, and so that's 10 foot there, and so at 10 foot, that's 24, so it cuts, it's gonna put me, well, I can't even get close, I'll be into the pool, unless it's, I've got a picture.
So when he's saying if he goes back, he'll be in his septic fields.
This is a good picture right here, too. This is, if you take that, that's measured, that's 10 foot there. And that's, so, if you start adding up 29 from here and put 24 feet plus 10 feet, that's 34 feet. And so you move it over here from 25 feet. The edge of the building is right here. And then the patio's right there.
So this marker that you have right here is this edge of the building or this edge of the
No,
building?
this edge.
It's that edge of the
Yeah.
building.
So, I think
So you're not going into the rock, but you're taking all the
no, I'm
grass?
not going into the rock.
But all the grass?
Right. Now, here's where the building will end up, basically.
So with what you're requesting, this is the edge of the building.
The edge of the.
This
front
is
of the
this
patio.
edge,
Yeah, well, the patio will be there. If this is 20, this is 10 by 20,
24 by 30.
30 plus 10 foot for the cover.
So you're putting a porch on this
Yes.
garage also.
Porch, not patio.
So it's technically 34 by 30,
Yeah, basically.
under roof,
Under roof. Well, yeah, not enclosed, but
but under roof,
yeah.
yeah.
And so that's where it ends up. Any movement, like I say, I would be. There's all the pictures, but,
And you've got just a 10-foot drive extended from here to that?
yes, yes.
So you're only going to, is it widen, or are you just going 10
Well,
feet
if
to
we'll
the
have to
building?
widen it a little bit. We don't want to, but we'll have to. I'm gonna have to move the fence too. This fence here, see, if you come in from the driveway, I'll have to move that fence because the middle of the fence is here and the house, this is gonna be pushed over. It'll be, at 10 foot, it's gonna be pushed over, so that means I gotta move this fence.
So the fence is not on the property line now?
You're talking about the fence
I'm talking
across
about the
this
gate.
way.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, the
that
gate.
one.
I gotta move
Okay.
the gate,
Gotcha.
so- 'cause
Gotcha.
We're not gonna be square coming in, so
Gotcha.
it's gonna have to be a little bit turned to the left.
You'll have a jog.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, it'll actually be about 4 feet jog, I think, if we go to 10 foot. But that's where I'm at, because I can't, I get out here, I mean, the septic's here, and then we got 25 foot here. So we're not too far off, even if you put, so you're into here, into the sewer, and I don't know what goes back here, how far we had to go back, but, gas line.
Do we have an affirmative response from your neighbor on this side?
Yes.
We don't have anything. We got nothing returned.
Turned it, I gave it to, yeah, I had a sign there, and I brought it up there, and personally handed it to, in fact, I might have made a copy just in case.
Who did you hand it to, because we don't have it?
Your secretary.
Judy? Go look, yeah.
Yeah, she signed it, she doesn't have a problem. But one reason is their house is way over here too, it's way up here, see. They can't see into my backyard, this is way,
This is to scale.
yeah, see, their line is weird, it's kinda weird. Is that mine? Yeah. Oh, that's the house, that's sort of, yeah. So that's what it looks like right now. So that's where we would come, there's the gate right there. And so, and see, you don't have a lot of room from the house here and getting up in here, 25 feet. I'll be, like I said, I'll be stepping into the pool right off the porch. But the gas line really goes right here Maybe it comes under here, but it's a long line right here.
Well, the feed to your house comes from the back,
Yeah, it's a big gas.
and then at the meter, it goes into the house, and they split one off for the supplemental
Right, and it's
load.
a big long pipe, and then it went underground, and it went in the backyard. But that's, I'm winning, everything on here is sewers from here over, and it's a very good lot. It's a flat lot, it doesn't, it drains well. I don't have a problem with water standing like, because everything drains here and here, and, off the back over here, there is drainage over here.
Are you gonna have power in the garage?
Yes, I'll have to get a permit. The guys, it's all in that, I think I gave them all the specs on it. Did you get that?
The building official gets that, we don't.
Oh, well, I've got all that right here.
Yeah, and
And
that's
it's all built
to code.
Everything to specs, yeah.
There is a homeowners association.
Yeah. Yeah, and,
Doesn't approve this.
well, I've talked to them, I don't, first off, there's 3 of them built in there right now.
That was my next question. There's one just,
Bigger than, huge, I mean, I'm talking double the size of mine in the backyard, but all they asked for is a brick and the roof line's gonna be.
There's 2 of them there. This one, the second one, you can't really read except for that.
Architectural, what's called the, architectural shingles to match the, and stone to match the, so everything will match. I talked to the guy over there, but he just built one himself, and I'm building it just like
Mr. Ennis, what are some of the streets in your neighborhood? 'Cause I can't read what this street address says.
well, there's a circle, I mean, what do you, I have to look at it, which one are you talking about?
I asked about this neighbor specifically.
That's 614 10 feet run.
Okay, we received from 618.
Mine's 618 then. Mine's 616, so it runs
16,
this way.
that's 618.
And this in here is, of course, way over here.
Right.
They're not in the range.
So
Okay.
you have 618.
I have 618, and it's in favor of it, but I have another one that is not in favor of it, and I can't, for the life of me, read that. I can't. William Arter, maybe, on ASIC? I can't.
That has to be
Something Creek?
Within 200 feet.
Yeah. It's not the house it can be.
Do you have a list of who you sent to?
Marcus, they don't look that on William. Marcus, he lives next door. So that wouldn't be his first name is Marcus, so.
Is the house across the street facing Stampede?
Is it high
Or
water
is-
crossing?
No,
So
it looks
is
like
this-
something Creek.
Is this a driveway here?
That is, that's in front of Marcus's house. There's no house in front of me.
There's no house right here?
There's trees.
There's nothing in that neighborhood that matches.
Is it an empty lot?
Where's
Not a
Stampede?
lot,
This is
it's just,
Stampede,
that,
right?
you know, the lots are so big. There's a set of trees there.
Or huge
There's
ones.
the streets right there.
So he's 16. So
Okay, which
he's
one are you?
down-
On 616.
Right.
On
Is this
here.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's not anybody I
so
know.
Wild Geese Court. I bet
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
it.
it is. It's behind you.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring, was behind you.
Oh, that's this one over here?
Here, Wild Geese Court. I think that's the address. It's one of these houses.
So it's 200 feet from here to...
Correct.
Sorry?
Correct. It's the back property.
They go way back. I mean, that's across the 25 yards of gas line.
What's the objection?
He says it's too close to the property line.
Well, he's not. He's here.
But he's within 200 feet
200
of your
feet
property
of your
line.
property, yeah.
No way.
Of your property line.
Not back here. There's 25 yards. I mean, 25 yards for the gas line, and his fence and mine.
But it's
Within 200.
200
Okay.
feet.
Your
It's-
property line goes to here, right? This is your house,
Yeah. That's
Right.
my house.
so your property goes back to here.
Yeah. So I'm not even close to him.
But if this is his property, then he abuts your property.
Yeah, he's within 200 foot of you.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if
he's-
this,
How big is
if,
the backyard? How big is
As
my
big as yours.
but it's your back property line to his back property line is within 200 feet.
But there's a gas line in
Doesn't matter.
That's
House
okay.
to house. It's not house to
It's
house.
not house to
property.
house, it's property line to property line. It's wild geese.
Yes, 506.
We figured that out. Thank you.
Well, I don't understand that because it didn't even come into his play.
So you haven't talked to him?
No, because he's so far back there. He's a mile back there. I know who he is. I don't understand it. At first I thought he's got plants that grow up this high on his back fence. He can't even see my property.
He still has the right to share his opinion,
Well,
sir.
that's his opinion though, right? Or is this a, yeah, I don't understand that.
His handwriting is really difficult.
It's very,
He's
very
within 10
difficult.
feet of your property line. I mean, because they butt up.
Well, they don't, but.
The
Yeah,
gas
they
lines,
do.
the gas
There's a-
lines in the middle.
There's an easement, but there's still property lines. The easement is on both their properties.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but you're
that-
not
and that-
listed.
and that's his property on the other
Yes.
side of the easement.
Well, most of
Right.
the easements run through a property.
Right.
So it's yours and his. The property line comes in the middle, probably. So,
Okay, are there any more questions for Mr. Annis or Asa?
What happened to the, not a restriction, but what happened?
Yeah, we had a picture of it.
Yeah, we,
What happened to the caveat that expense was not an issue, or inconvenience is not an issue?
the money hardship went away. But the inconvenience is still. You don't have to consider that.
But the fact that those were approved makes precedence, right?
No,
Well, let me ask you.
everyone is based on its own.
In your mind?
What are you saying? I couldn't build a house back in my property because anywhere. Because I'm on somebody's property out here, on somebody's property out here, on somebody's property. So, no, but all these houses are being built.
The houses all have to meet whatever the setbacks are for the city.
Okay, I don't think we need to debate.
Did what?
Yeah, I went to your property, I looked at it today, yes. Well, we didn't know that it was on the property line. You were telling me about it. You're talking about
The big outbuilding.
the big out.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Annis? Any discussion on the request?
Just out of curiosity, what are these squiggly
20
lines
feet.
all over the property?
That's about 25.
5 or 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry, Gary.
I'm sorry, what are these squiggly lines on our property?
What are the squiggle lines on the property right here? I have no idea. I have no idea what those squiggle lines are, because I'm not a survey guy.
The squiggle line?
Like, yeah, what are these?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
I thought he said this was the septic field.
He said there's septic, there's one here, and one here.
That's awfully close to the swimming pool.
It's probably right at, but if it's only a half circle, it's okay.
Oh,
Okay, we did receive two responses back from neighbors, one in favor of and one not in favor. Any other questions for Mr. Annis before we call for a motion? I will remind everyone that we have to have at least 4 in favor votes to pass. So, do I hear a motion on the request? If we do not have a motion, it will die for lack of a motion, and the homeowner will have to come back to us with an alternative plan. Correct, Asa?
Correct.
Okay. Hearing no motion, I will say that this will not be acted on tonight, and Mr. Annis will need to come back at us with a different plan. Does anyone have a recommendation for him on that plan? No recommendations at all? What would you like to see different?
You refer to it as a single-car garage.
David, turn your microphone on, please, to get the recording. Thank you.
You refer to it as a single-car garage, but that's pretty big for a single-car garage. Can it, I mean, just as a suggestion, maybe you come back and present something smaller that takes up less of that 25 foot.
I've got an F-250.
Mr. Annis, please step to the microphone so the recording catches it.
Well, I've
Thank
got an
you.
F-250, and I can't put it in my two-car garage now. I mean, because it's too long. So even in the standard garage, it's not going to go in there. That's the reason I don't even use the other side of my garage, because it won't go in there. So that's the only reason I'm building a bigger one, just to be able to get in. And if I buy another one, this is an old one, if I buy another one, they're a lot taller. So I have to have at least, you know, I need the width and the height to get it in there, you know. So, so I just need to know that what you're telling me, I've got a guy that's stopping this. There's no way there's going to be voted on one way or the other, but you're telling me that this guy has dominion over me. Is that what you're saying?
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know if you're going to reprove it or not. That's not the question. But what you're saying is you can't go forward because I got a neighbor that says he don't want me building back there. Is that the way?
We did not say that was why we did not have a motion, was because one of your neighbors opposed it.
That's what I mean.
We did not say that.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to understand because I have to decide what I'm going to do.
Let me ask a question. What would make me feel better? Is there any way to get a 15-foot setback versus a 10?
Well, 15, you know, so that's 20, that's 15, and
It'd
that's 34 more feet.
It'd be adding 5 feet, so you would be 5 feet closer to your pool, which means you may have to take some of the rock out around the pool. You may have to shorten the extra porch.
And
I have
also
to
it's
go,
5 feet
I have to
narrow.
dig the gas line up.
You could make it 5 feet narrower.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking instead of 24 by 30, make it, but,
19.
you know, that's, yeah, it's just, you can't put a truck in there and even open the doors hardly and get out of the truck, so, that sounds like, but I don't know whether, see, the deal is you left me in a dilemma. Do I go talk to the neighbor and then come back? Or do I just assume that this was never going to be approved? That's what I have to figure out. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm turning out to be the only one in the whole area that can't build a house because they're building them like crazy. There's 13 of them in there now.
Sir, you're not building a house.
Huh?
You're not building a
Well,
house.
the guy down the street is building, he's got a 40 by 30, 20-foot roof line. He can put a fifth wheel in there and another boat in it. So, I mean, and then there's one right across.
But apparently they've all met the setback requirement.
Well, I guess that's the deal. They don't have a swimming pool or they don't have anything in their way.
Yeah, and what we are here tonight to talk about is the side setback. That is the only thing that we are acting on. And we are just asking you if there's any way to get more than 10 feet.
Well, but you would have made well, you wouldn't say that. It's just that the fact that I have to ask a neighbor to improve my property is, I mean, under the bylaws that you're under.
It is law that we have to contact every neighbor within 200 feet of your property lines when something like this comes up.
Well, let me ask you this: how does the guy know where the garage is being built? How does he know that? I mean, did he come up here and see a plan? Did somebody call him and said, does he even know that it's up by the house and not back toward his property.
The fact that he received the notice tells him what you were proposing to do, and the notice went out 3 days before the meeting, so he had public access to that.
Well, but does he have to show where it's built on the plat? He got a
Yes.
plat?
What was posted for our agenda on the city website was all of these documents that we have in front of us, which is your plat. So he could see where the building was going to be built.
Okay.
So, and just based off of the letter that he received, he was told that it would be built 10 feet from your side property line. And that is what this one gentleman is opposed to.
So if I speak to him,
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be angry. I've met the guy. He seemed to be a fairly nice guy. I think maybe he's not understanding that I'm gonna be somewhere else that he doesn't understand. And maybe he would change his mind, but
that may not change our minds.
you
Because-
might not change your minds.
Right, because what we are asking is there any way to get more than 10 feet on the side setback?
Yeah.
Perhaps if you had more data from the other properties that were approved, knew what their setback was, that might be helpful. Since we don't have that information here, we can't judge that.
So you can't check those other 3 houses that I've checked at and then show to be less than 25 feet from the fence line? You don't have that information?
That isn't part of our requirement. I mean,
So
that's not our responsibility to check everybody else in the
So
neighborhood.
how do I get that information?
And just because somebody else got an approval doesn't mean that the next 10 people will either.
Wow.
Everything is judged on its merit, and it's the shape of the property, the size of the property, and what you're wanting to build. We do not take into consideration what has been approved in the past.
And each board can change from month to month or year to
Correct.
year too, so you'll have
As
different people.
the members change. And I'm very sorry for that, but our hands are kind of tied on what we can and can't consider. And we are just asking you, is there any way to get more than 10 feet on the side setback?
Yeah, a huge cost. You know what it costs to move a gas line right now? Thousands of dollars. And that's just, I don't get it.
Well, my suggestion was to take the 5 feet out of the building, not to move the entire building. Just move the left side wall 5 more feet from the fence.
I don't see how that does us any good. I mean, it's just a narrow, piece of property, piece of deal.
Any other comments or questions?
Well, one thing I don't think was really fair was to take my $400. I could have took it to Choctaw. And maybe I'd want enough to build another house. So I want to ask about my $3,000.
Okay, sir, we have not closed the meeting or made a decision yet, so please do not assume that we are done.
Okay. So what am I doing? Just go home or what?
No, just
Okay.
hang tight and see if there are any more questions or suggestions from the board and or staff. So do I have a motion at all to act on this? Do we have any other suggestions from Mr. Annis on what we would like to see, other than what has been shared with him so far? Okay, due to a lack of a motion, this item 6.1 is dead for tonight. Mr. Annis, you heard what our suggestion was. If you would like to come back with another plan, we would be glad to hear it again. We apologize, but it was the board's decision to act in this manner. So we will adjourn this meeting at 7:47.